Good evening, my brothers and sisters. It is dinner time, so come on in and sit down at the table and go ahead and invite some more family members and friends. And keep in mind, my brothers and sisters, we may have some guests that may want to come to dinner. So we do have plenty of food for the soul, so they need it as well as we do. And those of you that come to the dinner table faithfully, I really, really appreciate it. I just want you all to know that tonight. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I talk about relationships. Do I know everything about relationships? No, I do not know everything about relationship, but I do know who does know about relationship, and that is God. So God, my brother and sister, he is going to help us to understand better about relationship. And frankly, to tell you the truth, my brother and sister, when you look in the book of Genesis, God created the relationship. He first created a relationship between himself and a man, that man being Adam. Thirdly, he created the relationship between him and the woman Eve. Thirdly, God represented the woman to the man Adam. And in the presence of God, the man Adam said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. I should call a woman because she came from man. That's the position I come from, the relationship of a man and a woman with God as the head or foundation of the relationship. But if you have another viewpoint of relationship, God gave you a free will. And if those of you that have an alternative or point of view, I still encourage you to set the dinner table to get some of this good food for the soul, okay? And I would like for you all to know that I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. Those of you that are on the tube, I may make some comments to those on the book. You may not see their names or comment, but I will tell you their names and comment. And on vice versa, those of you that are on the book, I may make some comments to those that are on the tube. You may not see their name and comment, but I will call out their name and comment because we all family here, okay? Before we talk about what's on the menu, how you doing, Sister Tanya Parker? Welcome to the dinner table. How you doing, Mother? Welcome to the dinner table, and the rest of you. If any of you have any comments or questions along the way, I want you to feel free that you can share yourself because we're at the dinner table. How you doing, Sister Renee Sim? Welcome to the dinner table. So we're about to get into it, my brother and sister. If you look at the menu for tonight, on the top of the menu, it's when it comes to a relationship, you must stand out purposely. Again, when it comes to a relationship, you must stand out purposely. Now, if you desire to be in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship, my brothers and sisters, there must be something unique about you that cause a member of the opposite sex to be attractive to you. And not about what you possess, but who you are. And that's what we're talking about at the dinner table tonight. But let me go over a few words that need to be in your mind, my brother and sister, as we get into our dinner for tonight. The word purpose. What does the word purpose really mean? We have an idea what the word purpose means, but let's go to the dictionary and see what the word purpose actually means. It is defined as the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists, while the word purposely, it is clearly defined as on purpose, intentionally, with a deliberate or an express purpose. So, my brother and sister, when it comes to a relationship, a man or woman has to see something about you. What stands out about you? That's what we need to understand. Now, what you, my brother, and what you, my sister, must understand to yourself is that the fact is, you are composed of three elements. You are composed of the spirit, you are composed of the soul, which is the mind, the will, and emotion, and you are composed of a body. But worldly men and worldly women only recognize mostly the external feature, meaning your body. The worldly man or woman really don't want to get to really know who you are on the inside, because who you are on the inside, my brother and sister, is your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotion. So what stands out about you? A worldly man and a worldly woman, something stand out about you to him or her, and a godly man and a godly woman, something stand out to him or her about you. Now, my question, my brother, and my question, sister, how you doing, Sister Flo Harvey Moore? Welcome to the dinner table. My question, my brother and sister, those of you that are single and you desire to be in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship, be honest with yourself. You ain't got to share that with none of us tonight at the dinner table. But if you desire to be in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship, be honest now with yourself. What type of person are you? You got to really ask yourself this question. What type of person are you? What type? You are a type. Don't fool yourself, my brothers, and don't fool yourself, my sister. Let me go further. Let me tell you what type of person I am, okay? Let me tell you what kind of person. I have a sinful nature. I have a very sinful nature, but the Lord lives inside of me. Anything good that I do, my brother and sister, it is because of the Lord. It's not about Tony, because see, Tony have evil thoughts, Tony have evil tendencies, and Tony have done evil things. So any good thing that I have done, or you, brother, you sister, have done, God look at it as filthy rags. So to be clear, the Bible clearly say that all of us have sinned and came short of the glory of God. And it said that our righteousness before God is like filthy rag. So you may think you good, brother. You may think you good, but before God, minus Jesus, your goodness, it's like filthy rag. So the only way you going to become a good man or a good woman, the Lord has to reside in you. That's the only way. No man, the world will say he's a good man or he's a good woman because you fed the poor, you gave money to someone, you helped the old lady cross the street, you helped the old man to fix his tie. That look good in front of the world, but that ain't nothing that the Lord, God, because unless Jesus is in the equation. So I'm honest with myself. When you look at me, my brother and sister, you see a sinful man that got sinful tendencies, okay? I think evil sometime, and I have done evil sometime. I might do some evil tomorrow. And I don't want to break none of you all hard, because if y'all look at me like I'm perfect, I'm a long way from being perfect. But the only thing that can hold me back is Jesus himself. Because any good thing that about me is only Jesus. And you, my brother, you, my sister, you need to do an inventory of yourself. So you must do something to stand out. You need to be honest with yourself. Okay. Now, when you are honest with yourself, you got to understand that everything that you do, my brother and sister, it got to be with a purpose, and it got to be done purposely. How you doing, Sister Paul? Welcome to the dinner table. Now, I know you, brother and sister, have heard of this phrase before. Birds of a feather flock together. I know you all have heard of that before, plenty of time. Now, what does it really mean by birds of a feather flock together? It actually means that people have similar interests, ideas, or characteristics tend to seek out or associate with one another. So you all have heard that you are what you attract. That's right. You are what you attract. I'm going to say that again, my brother and sister. You are what you attract. And to tell you the truth, when it comes to relationship, the Bible clearly going to back up what I just said. Now listen to this. It is written in Ecclesiastes 26, chapter 26, 23 through 25, Ecclesiastes 26, 23 through 25, Ecclesiastes 26, 23 through 25. It say, listen to this, and you all have heard this before. A wicked woman, listen to it, is given as a portion to a wicked man. What do they both have in common? They both are wicked. You are what you attract. It's the Bible clearly saying a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Now here go the contrast. It said, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So, brother, if you are wicked, that's how you stand out. You going to attract a wicked woman more so. Brother, if you are a godly man, you going to attract more of a godly woman. Sister, if you are a wicked woman, you're going to attract more of a wicked man. If you are a godly woman, you're going to attract more of a godly man. It also goes to say a dishonest woman contempt shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that shamefaced it will fear the Lord. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that is dishonoring him, is her pride shall be counted ungodly over all. So this is a warning, my brothers and sisters. Remember, when it comes to relationships, you must stand out. This is a warning. An unequally yoked relationship with the wrong person got consequences. Because remember, you got to stand out, but you got to be very cautious. As it is written in the book of Proverbs 13:20, Proverbs 13:20, Proverbs 13:20, it said, walk with the wise and become wise. For a companion of fools suffer harm. Again, it said, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffer harm. So, brother and sister, you should have generating and reflecting out of you. If the Lord is in you, you will reflect that you are wise. How you doing, Sister Cheryl? Welcome to the dinner table. You're going to reflect godliness, and you have to do this on purpose. You understand? Whatever you say, brother, whatever you say, sister, whatever you do, brother, or whatever you do, sister, it got to be purposely, and it got to stand out. If you are attracted to a woman, brother, sister, if you are attracted to a man, you got to understand that something about you got to stand out. You understand? Something about you got to stand out. When it comes to relationship, you must stand out with purpose. Again, the question, my brother and sister, be honest with be honest with yourself. What type of person are you? It's more important who is attracted to you than who you are attracted to. Because, listen to this, when you stand out, my brother and sister, brother, when you stand out, sister, when you stand out, you got to understand this. You're going to attract a man, sister, brother, you're going to attract a woman. If not now, it's just a matter of time. And I'm basically talking to a lot of you single brother and you single sister. How you doing, my little sister Renee? Welcome to the dinner table. Now, you got to understand this. We live in a world that overlaps, and I have told you this several times, my brother and sister. We living in a spiritual world and we living in a physical world. If it's a worldly man or woman, the only thing they thinking about is the physical world. The spiritual world, they cannot comprehend the spiritual world. The spiritual world is realer than the physical world. Both are real, but the physical world is temporary, whereas the spiritual world is eternal. What's in the spiritual world affects the physical world. So if God brought you here, brother, no, not if, God brought you here for a purpose, brother. God brought you here for a purpose, sister. He got a purpose for you. He got a plan for you. It's a good plan if you follow the Lord. So your life, my brother, and your life, my sister, is a life of purpose. Now, God gave you a desire. Most of you brothers, you have a desire for a woman. Sister, most of you have a desire for a man. Your life is a purpose life, and you have to live your life out purposely. And let me tell you this. This is how you are, my brother. So you got to understand yourself. And this is how you're going to stand out. As it is written in the book of Matthew 5:16. Matthew 5:16, 5:16, 5:16. You got to understand what your nature is on the inside, my brother and sister. This is what Jesus said. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Again, Jesus is talking. Jesus said, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Thank you, Sister Cheryl. Now, brothers and sisters, since you are children of light, that means, brother, that you are a son of God. Sister, that means that you are a daughter of God. You have light. And let me tell you what happens when you have light. Your light, brother, and your light, sister, is going to do one or two things to people that come to you, because you naturally going to stand out. Since you stand out, my brother and sister, this is what going to do. Worldly men and women, you're going to repel them. You're going to repel them. If it's a godly man or woman that God wanted to bring into your life, you standing out, your light standing out, and you're going to draw them to you. You understand? You got the light of Christ, it's going to do one or two things. And it's just like this, and I have gave you this illustration before, my brother, so it's just like this. If you walk into your house at nighttime, when you put the key in the door, and you open the door, it's dark on the inside. Darkness on the inside represents evil men and evil women. Listen to what I'm saying. When you walk into a room, even when you walk into a room, brother and sister, you're going to repel evil men and women. You may not can't recognize it, but you're going to do it. And a lot of times you don't have to say anything. How you doing, Sister Tara G? Welcome to the dinner table. You don't have to say a lot of time. You don't have to say nothing. So when you put your key in the door and you flip on it, and the light get flipped on, the Lord is the light. The Lord is you, the light bulb, and the Lord is the little thing, the light on the inside. So what happened? If you have any bugs in that house, if you have any mice in that house, and that light come on, what's going to happen? Those bugs, they was comfortable moving in the darkness. Those mice was comfortable moving in the darkness, okay? Once you walk in, because you got a light, you got a purposeful light, my brothers and sisters. Once the light turned on, Christ in you, those little mice and those little roaches and stuff represent evil men and evil women, people of the world. They're going to scatter because of your light. You stand out. You have a life of purpose. So those type of people, those dog people, you're going to repel them. But you're going to attract the right ones to you. And you got to understand that about yourself, my single brothers and sisters. Also, as it is written in Luke 11:33 through 36, Luke 11, chapter 11, 33 through 36, Luke 11:33 through 36, Jesus is talking again. Jesus said, no one lights a lamp and put it in a place where it will be hid. That's you, my brother, and you, my sister. Jesus talking. No one lights a lamp and put it in a place where it is hidden or under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand so that those who come in may see the light. That's you, my brother, and that's you, my sister. Thank you, Sister Cheryl. Your light is like a lamp that provides light for the body. When your eye is healthy, my brother and sister, your whole body is filled with light. But when it is unhealthy, your body is filled with darkness. Make sure that the light you think you have is actual, is not darkness. If you are filled with light with no dark corner, then your whole light, check this out, your whole life will radiate through the floodlight will fill you with light. You understand it, my brother? How you doing, Sister N? You're welcome to the dinner table. So this is what I'm saying, my brothers. Listen to me carefully. It's going to be, while you live in your purpose, you're going to stand out. There's no ifs and buts about it. If Jesus in your life, you're going to stand out. People that have light in them, they're going to notice you. People that have darkness in them, they're going to notice you because you live in your purpose. But you have a desire for a man or a woman. Now, worldly men and worldly women, once God called you out of this world, he placed you back in the world. He don't literally take your body out of the world, but you have been transformed into the likeness of his son, Jesus. So Jesus is living his life out through you. Now, worldly men and worldly women want to see your former life. Like some people that might have like you in the days, my brother and sister, they are accustomed to your old life, but they were attracted to you, and they still probably are attracted to you, but they was attracted to the dark part. Okay, they are not, but the light part of you, it will throw them off. What do I mean by this? When we go to 1 Peter chapter 4, 3 through 4, 1 Peter 4, 3 through 4, 1 Peter 4, 3 through 4. It said, for we have spent enough of our past lifetime in doing the will of the Gentiles, when we walk in lawlessness, lust, drunkenness, revile, drinking party, orgies, and abomination, idolatry. In regards to these, they will think, listen to what these people are going to think. When the Lord elevates you, you live in your life with purpose. You have a desire for a man or woman of the opposite sex, but you have a desire to follow the Lord. So these worldly people, they looking for another worldly man or woman. But this is what's going to happen. When they start observing you, when you talk and how you move, this is what's going to happen. In regards to these, they're going to think it's strange that you do not run with them to the same floor or dispensation, and they're going to speak evil of you. Worldly men and worldly women, they're going to observe you. And they may be attracted to how you look, how you shape, and what you have in your possession, but they don't understand that's not what you're about. So worldly men and worldly women, they think you all about your looks, they think you all about your shape and what you have, but that's not the real thing about you, my brother, sister. That's why they can't understand you. So they're going to suggest some things to you to see whether you take the bait or not. Worldly people look for worldly people. Like I got to go back to this other part. Listen to what I'm saying. In Ecclesiastes 26, 23 through 25, Ecclesiastes 26, 23 through 25, Ecclesiastes 26, 23 through 25. It said a wicked woman is what? Given as a portion to a wicked man. A wicked woman looking for a wicked man, and vice versa. But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So a godly woman that got Christ in her, she is looking for a godly man. And vice versa, the godly man, he is looking for a godly woman. Birds of a feather flock together. And what does that mean again? Birds of a feather flock together. It means people have similar interests, ideas, or characteristics tend to seek out or associate with one another. So my question, brother, and my question, sister, who are you? Who are you? Once you know who you are, you got to understand this. Your relationship got to be with God through Jesus first before you think about a man or a woman. So, brother, when you follow the Lord and you delight in him, sister, when you follow the Lord and you delight in him, he gave you a desire for a member of the opposite sex, okay? In God's time, he will bring the right man or woman to you. He's not going to bring the wrong man or woman to you. Now, on the flip hand side, Satan been studying you, brother. Satan been studying you, sister. And Satan got some sons that he wants to introduce you to, sisters. Brothers, he got some daughters that he wants to introduce to you. Because you got a purpose, but he want to snatch it from you. So how he going to snatch it from you? He's going to work through one of his sons, sister, or he's going to work through one of his daughters, brother. Because he know you have a desire for a man or a woman. And what type of desire, what type of men and women are Satan going to bring to you? He's going to bring a man and woman to you that's going to come to take from you. Men and women from Satan, they don't come to give you nothing. It's going to cost you. They are liabilities. It's going to cost you. It's going to cause you mental anguish. It's going to cause you emotionally ups and down. It may tap your body. They may give you something that they don't have no cure for. So Satan, he may bring a handsome man to you or a beautiful woman to you. But when he bring them to you, they coming to take because they are liabilities. He know that you stand out. He know that you got purpose. So he's going to snatch your purpose away. He's going to try to manipulate you because of your desires. That's why, my brother and sister, when it comes to a relationship, you must stand out. Ain't no ifs and buts about it. You got to stand out because you got light. And your light attracts. No matter where you go, you may not think you are attractive, brother. Sister, you may not think you all that beautiful, but you are. Because the aura of the spirit in you is going to come out and it's going to show. It's going to show based on how you communicate with people. When you talk, they're going to understand that you are son or daughter of God. How you move, they're going to understand that you're a son or daughter of God. Because, like I said, when I went to Peter, let me tell you, when I went to Peter, and Peter was talking about, hold on. Peter was talking about the world of men and women, they're going to think something strange about you. You know why they're going to think something strange about you? Because you know who you are. You know why you here, and you know where you're going. Worldly men and women, they think they know who they are. They think they know why they're here, and they think they know where they're going. But where they're going is they're going the broad way, and they want to take you with them. They want to take you with them, my brother and sister, and they're gonna if they don't get their way with you, they're gonna talk about you. They're gonna say stuff like you think you all that in a bag of chips, who you think you are. Some of you sisters, you may have all ran into this. Have a man ever tried to talk to you, sister? And in a nice way, you said, no thanks. The same man that tried to talk to you, he would turn around right then and just talk bad about you. He may give you a name like a garden tool, and I'm not talking about a shovel. He may call you a female dog, but you know what I'm talking about. It start with a B. How about you, brothers? A woman tried to come on to you, and you back up from them, you know what she might say? You don't like women, do you? Something must be wrong with you. Because those worldly women, they accustomed to men running after them. But you stand out. You have purpose. You don't have time to run after no worldly women. Because you know what, my brother, and you know what, my sister, men of God and women of God, they don't run after no one. The only one they pursue is Jesus. A man is a secondary to a daughter of God. A woman is a secondary to a man because Jesus come before. And that's why the world don't understand it. Brother, you operate on a different frequency. Sister, you operate on a deeper frequency, and that's why you stand out. You don't have darkness in you. You have light. So what's going to happen? You, brother, and you, sister, you got to understand this. You're going to get one or two things coming your way. You're either going to have a light bearer coming to you, or you're going to have someone that's coming to you that they adore. It ain't no in between. You're not going to have no half light and no half darkness. It's either he or she is light or he or she is darkness. That's why some of you brothers and sisters, you have desire for a man or woman, then Satan bring one of his sons or daughter to you, and you think you can compromise with them. Light can't compromise with darkness. Water and oil does not go together. It never goes together. So you're going to compromise. So brother and sister, you're living the life of purpose. You have a desire for a man and a woman, or man or a woman, and you compromise and try to have a relationship with one of Satan's sons or daughters. He's a handsome devil. She's a beautiful snake. So you trying to have a relationship with them. The only thing you're going to get out of it, you're going to find yourself compromising. When you find yourself compromising and you got purpose, you got light, you know what's going to happen? You're going to allow that wrong man and that wrong woman to dim your light. That's all they're going to do. They're going to dim your light. Once you rejoicing, when people ask you how you doing, you may say something like, I'm excellent. I'm blessed with a twist of serenity. Then you're going to start talking, well, I'm making it. And you're going to walk around with a cloud over your head. And they're going to notice the change. They're going to notice the change. You know why? Because you allowed that dog man or that dog woman to infiltrate you, and they darken. What they were doing, they were blocking your light. Because Satan himself, he blocked your mind so light won't come in. You're gonna find yourself catering to the worldly men and women. You're gonna give up your purpose that God gave you, and your light gonna get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer because you're gonna have to make a decision. Your decision is to make that man or woman happy, and you're gonna come off your purpose. That's exactly what you're gonna do by dealing with those men and women. I talk to them all the time. I talk to men that trying to work it out with these dog women, light brothers, and I'm talking to the light sister, the light bearing sister that dealing with these dog men. And you trying to work it out with them. You can't work it out with them. That right, Cheryl. Don't give up your purpose. That right, sister, in your thinking. Don't give up your purpose. You got a purpose life. God gives the best. He always gives the best. But when you get in a situation, my brother and sister, when you start losing patience, you're going to compromise. Some of you going to start looking at how old you are. You're going to say, well, I ain't got that much time to live. I might as well settle. You do not settle, my brothers and sisters. Why is it that you, brother and you, sister, you standing on your purpose? Why you think that you have to settle? And brother, you a son of God, and sister, you a daughter of God. Why do you have to settle? Are you giving up on God? God don't withhold nothing good. God is pleased to give you some good things, even while you here on earth. That's right, Sister Flo. God will give you things, especially when a relationship. If God give you, brother, listen to what I'm saying. If God give you a desire for a woman, God gonna give you a woman in his time. Sister, if you have a desire for a man, God gonna give you a man in his time. It's not on your watch, brother. It's not on your watch, sister. I know firsthand. I'm a witness. When I made up my mind and I really started going after God, even though I fell on my face sometime, meaning I did sin sometime, when God seen that I was ready, and you all have heard the story before, it took me 5 years to meet that one. 5 years. I wanted God to answer right then. God didn't do it because he know I still had some dog in me. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, bow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. He already knew I had some dog still in me. So he had to release the fleas off of me. And then she came in. God handpicked and presented her to me. I didn't know who she was. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. God knew her. God knew me. He brought the right woman, not a perfect woman. He presented a imperfect man to an imperfect woman. That's right, Sister Cheryl. Prayer is necessary. Sister Annie says, so what did you do while you were waiting? While I was waiting, Sister Enya, this is what I did. I did go out on dates. Let me tell you how I did it. I went out on some dates. And if a woman wanted to know what I was looking for, Sister Enya, I didn't tell her exactly what I was looking for. The reason why I didn't tell them exactly what I was looking for, because I knew if I told them exactly what I was looking for, they could mold themselves into what they think I was looking for. But that was between me and God. I prayed to God to have a woman to follow me as I follow his son Jesus. And that's the part that I didn't tell some of these women that I was dating. I told them a little bit, but I didn't tell them all things. You see, I was not like Samson. You know what Samson did? Samson told Delilah his strength. I remember the story of Samson. What happened to Samson when he told Delilah his secret? She wanted his secret. And she wore him down. And what happened to Samson? He got a free haircut. And he lost his strength. You know why he lost his strength? His strength was the Lord. He wasn't supposed to be dealing with Delilah anyway. She was a Philistine. She was uncircumcised. She believed in her version of a God. Samson had a purpose. When Samson was born, he was born with a purpose. He was a judge. But he was dealing with the wrong woman. His parents even tried to talk to him about dealing with those strange women. So Samson told his secret. And when he told his secret, Delilah, she got him. So I didn't tell my secret to those women that I was going out with. I told my secret to God. God is my strength. So, Sister Paul said, Brother Tony, I'm divorced. Will I be blessed with a God-fearing man? Yes, you can. If you continue to believe in God, don't lose your patience. Because sometimes, Sister Paul, you're going to feel like you're going to say, well, I could settle. Don't ever get the mindset, my brother and sister, that you want to settle. Don't ever do it. Because if you settle, you're going to get into the wrong relationship. You're going to get and sisters, listen to this. A lot of you sisters, you all have a problem with this. You all look at y'all age a lot. You see, a lot of you sisters, you listen to these relationship coaches, men, by the way, And they always saying that you done hit the wall. What does hit the wall mean? Now you got a lot of the relationship culture talk about a woman. Once a woman get 25, over 25, she done hit the wall. That means you ain't no good. A lot of men, if you don't believe me, go look at YouTube. There's a lot of those guys over there talk about women hitting the wall. And the age base to be around 25. A lot of them think if a woman 25, over 25, she ain't really no good no more. So they start looking down to the younger women. But don't go by that. Because you see, if you have a desired brother and a desired sister for a mate, all you have to do, the Bible clearly says, is delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Some of you sisters, you compromise so much. You know what? How a lot of you sisters mess up. And we talking now. The reason why a lot of you sisters mess up, you think if you open your legs and give that man your body, you think that you got a relationship, right? You think he's secure. You think because you open up your legs, y'all got a good y'all boyfriend and girlfriend now. No, a lot of time, you sister, I'm your brother. I got to tell you this. A lot of time you all play yourselves. If you keep your leg closed, you're gonna see whether or not that man really interested in you. If you keep your leg closed, because some men, this is how some men think. Some men, and this is what a lot of men think. I will probably take her out 3 times. She either gonna give it up on the first date. She sure better be thinking about on the second date. And the third, she best to give it up. Because I have taken her to a restaurant. I have done this, I have done that. Because a lot of men, they equate when they start going into their pocket. Some of you sisters, when men take you out on date, let's be real. A lot of you sisters, when men take you out on date, do you think they just take you out on a date just to feed you? Do you really, really think that? Most men, out of 10, and I'm being generous, out of 10, there may be 2 or 3 that really are interested in you as a woman. The other 7 or 8, they're not interested in you, but all they interested in is you opening up your leg and see how wide you could open up your legs. And then, and a lot of men, they'll wait you out. Let me tell you about this plan too, sister. A lot of those men, they'll wait you out. And this is where a lot of you all get tripped up too. The man, he don't even ask you for sex, right? He don't ask you for sex. And you think that since he ain't asked you for sex, now I hear a lot of women say that, well, he ain't asked me for no sex. He ain't made no move. Just because he ain't asked you or said nothing about it, don't you, sister, know he could wait you out? If he want to have sex, there are some women that man know he could call up or text and he could go get it from them while he waiting on you. And brother, let me tell you this. Some women, they want you to go, they look at you as an ATM machine. They want you to come out of your pocket. A lot of worldly women, they be thinking, no finance, no romance. That's how a lot of women roll out there. No romance, no finance. What they are undercover prostitutes. But they're not going to call themselves a prostitute because, you see, in their warped mind, these worldly women, they could be corporate women. They got their own jobs and everything. They got their own houses and everything. But they are undercover prostitutes. You know what I mean by that? They will have sex with you, but you got to come out of your pocket. So what you doing? You are a trick. And we ain't talking about trick or treat. We ain't talking about Halloween. You are a trick. What is a trick? Any of you guys that paying a woman bill for some sex, any of you guys that paying for the woman girl trips, any of you guys that paying every time you look around, even when you go to her house, she wants you to stop by a store, it always comes out of your pocket. Any of you brothers, have you noticed that every time you see this one particular woman, you got to spend money? You got to spend money. And she got money. And worse than that, there are some women that they looking for, they are leeches. They want to leech onto you. They don't know nothing about Ruth. They don't know about Ruth in the Bible. The only Ruth they know is baby Ruth the candy. So what am I saying? When it comes to relationship, you must stand out, brother. You must stand out, sister. Wait for God. Be patient, brother. I know you desire a woman, brother. Delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Sister, delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Sister Poem said, I promised God that I would sustain from sex until he blessed me with a husband. I made that very, very clear. Amen. So let me tell you this, brothers, and let me tell you this, sisters, ladies, you don't have to give your body to a man to secure a relationship. You don't owe him nothing. He's not engaged to you. Okay, I had a little technical difficulties. Hold on, my brother, and hold on, my sister. Sister, if you are in a relationship with a man, we're not in the relationship. If you are not engaged to that man, if you're not married to him, you don't have to play the part of a wife. Brother, if you're in a relationship with a woman, you don't have to play the part of a husband. Brother, you are a free agent until God calls you to find the right woman, and he will do the legwork. God going to bring her to you. You don't owe her nothing. Sister, you don't owe the man nothing. You're a free agent too. You ain't signed nothing. If a man or woman serious about you, they will be serious. They will commit to the relationship. They will pull you off the market. They will dedicate their lives to the Lord and you. And shortly thereafter, you should be saying, I do, which will please the Lord. Because the Lord got a bigger purpose, brother and sister, when he brings the right man or woman to your life. And you will definitely stand out more, brother, when he brings the right woman to you, because she's going to be an asset. And sister, when the right man comes to you, he's going to be an asset too. Sister Ian said, so what is the light in the Lord? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't like to go on dates for all these reasons. Dating have caused me to have trust issues. Okay, the light in the Lord. That means the Lord's supposed to be your first priority. He's supposed to be your first priority. You supposed to, this for all you brothers and sisters, the light in the Lord. It's about, you got to be conscious towards God and do what's going to please God. That's the very first thing. God has to be your top priority, brothers. God has to be your top priority, sister. Nobody else, nothing. God got to see that he's the number one. If you get married, brother, or if you get married, sister, your mate will be number two. Sister, no man is never to be number one in your life. Brother, no woman is never to be number one in your life. Number two, just like I'll give you an example. Cinderella, she's the second most important personal thing in my life. Jesus overrides Cinderella all the time. And the same thing, I'm second as far as the personal thing in her life, but Jesus is have a higher priority than me. So, brother, so you got to understand priority. Most men and sisters, they want you to put them on a pedestal. Brother, most women want you to put them on a pedestal. Never put these type of narcissist men and women on a pedestal. They are narcissists. And Sister India, I understand about the trust issue. The only thing you could do, Sister India, is when a man come up to you, like I always say a prayer to God and ask God to show you what type of man is in front of you, what type of man is talking to you, because only God can read the heart. And if God is in a man and a woman, God gives you wisdom, he gives you knowledge, he gives you discernment, and he gives you understanding. You welcome, Sister Enya. And this, to my sister, you all got to understand this, sister. Don't go by your emotion when a man come up to you. Don't go by your emotion, because you got some good talking, you got some slick talking brothers. They the sons of Satan. How do you think Satan got to Eve? He had a mouthpiece on him. And you brothers don't get caught up in how a woman look or how fine she is. That's a problem a lot of you guys get. Y'all look at a woman, brother. Y'all looking at a woman breast. You want to see, okay, she got big breasts, so I could do something with them. That's what a lot of you brothers say. She got a big breast, so I know what I could do with those things. And then she got big hips. I know I could grab those hips and I could go to work on those hips. And look at that big butt. Look at those thighs. Look at those calves. A lot of you brothers, you hooked up into all that kind of stuff. You get hoodwinked. You get bamboozled by going by how a woman look and how she shaped. I hope tonight, brothers, I hope tonight, sisters, that at the dinner table you got something out of it. You must stand out, because purposely, you, brother, and you, sister, you have the light of Christ in you. Be patient. Keep following the Lord. It's not going to be easy. You will have tribulation. But in God's time, he's going to set up the situation where, brother, you see the woman that he wants you to be with. Sister, the man, you will see the man that the Lord wants you to be with. If any of you have any questions or any comments, put wait in the comment section. And when you put wait, go ahead and ask your question or your comment. If you don't have any question, if you don't have a comment, go ahead, wrap up a carrot plate, put it in the microwave if you need to later, and share with other family members and friends. Let them in on this, okay? Let them in on what we have at the dinner table. You all have a good night. I love you, all you brothers. I love all you sisters. Thank you so much for coming to the dinner table and getting some of this good food for the soul. You all have a good night. Peace out. I'm trying to leave. It won't let me leave.